Not in a poetic way, not in an exaggerated way, but in a real, physical, undeniable way. The tightness in your chest, the weight pressing down on your heart, the strange emptiness in your stomach that doesn't go away no matter how much you distract yourself. You lie awake at night, and one thought keeps returning. How will I live without them? Not just today, not just this week, but in the future you once imagined with them in it. That question hurts more than the breakup itself, because it's not only about losing a person, it's about losing a sense of orientation, a sense of direction, a sense of who you were becoming. You try to stay strong. You tell yourself time will fix it. You tell yourself people survive this all the time. But your body doesn't listen. Your heart still races. Your breath still feels shallow. Your mind still reaches for them in moments of fear or quiet. And you start to wonder if something is wrong with you. There isn't. Psychologically, what you're experiencing is not weakness. It's attachment unraveling. When you love someone deeply, your brain doesn't treat that bond as optional. It treats it as essential. Your nervous system slowly begins to organize itself around that person. Their presence becomes regulation. Their voice becomes reassurance. Their availability becomes safety. So when they leave, your system doesn't interpret it as loss. It interprets it as danger. That's why the pain feels urgent. That's why it feels physical. That's why your body reacts before your thoughts can catch up. From a biological perspective, the same regions of the brain that process physical pain are activated during deep emotional loss. To your nervous system, heartbreak is not symbolic. It is real. This is why letting go feels like dying. Because on a primitive level, separation once meant vulnerability, abandonment, and survival risk. But here's something important. Knowing the biology does not make your pain meaningless. It does not make your love ordinary. It does not reduce what you felt to chemistry alone. Yes, evolution explains why attachment hurts, but it does not explain why your attachment was so deep. That part is personal. Your pain is intense because your capacity to bond is rare. Because you attach with your whole being. Because you don't love halfway. Most people keep emotional distance without even realizing it. They avoid merging. They avoid being fully seen. You didn't. You allowed someone to matter. And that choice always carries risk. What you are grieving is not just the person. You are grieving the life that made sense with them in it. The future your mind rehearsed in quiet moments. The version of yourself that felt anchored by their presence. Letting go feels like dying because something inside you has to reorganize. Your identity is shifting. Your nervous system is learning a new reality. And that process always feels like collapse before it feels like clarity. Right now, it may feel like you are losing something irreplaceable. But what is actually happening is redistribution. The parts of you that felt alive with them did not disappear. They lost their orientation. Healing is not about erasing the connection. It's about teaching your body that safety can exist again without it. Slowly, gently, without force. You don't rush this. You don't shame yourself for missing them. You don't demand closure before your system is ready. You allow the grief to move through you without letting it define you. Because grief is not proof that you are broken. It is proof that you were open. And openness always leaves an ache when something ends. One day, the pain will loosen its grip. Not because the love was shallow, but because your system will learn how to hold itself again. And when that happens, you will realize something quietly powerful. What felt like dying was actually a transformation. A shedding of an old structure. A painful reorganization of the self. You will not emerge colder. You will not emerge closed. You will emerge steadier, more self-held, more aware of your depth. And one day, when you look back, This pain will no longer feel like loss alone. It will feel like proof. Proof that you loved fully, that you felt deeply, that you survived the breaking without losing your capacity to connect. And that is not weakness. That is the beginning of a stronger, quieter form of wholeness.